Hi guys. So first of all, I just want to say that I hope you're all having a beautiful day today. I wanted to make this video because a lot's been on my mind lately as far as feelings of emptiness and fear of abandonment, which are common feelings in people who battle borderline personality disorder. I feel like it's such a hard concept for people who don't suffer from borderline to understand when someone says that they feel empty inside. For me, what emptiness feels like is almost similar to when all the electricity in your house disappears during a thunderstorm. You know how when you don't hear the murmur of a TV, or you can't hear a clock ticking. The only sound you can really catch is the sound of your breath, and everything is so it's eerily quiet. It's unnatural almost, it seems. You know how the silence is almost deafening? It just seems to encapsulate you, you know what I mean? That's what emptiness feels like to me. And it's almost as if when I'm in the throes of it, that I don't exist. I'm witnessing a whole world. You know, you go on Facebook and you see people interacting with one another, or you go outside and you see people interacting with one another, and you feel as if, well, for me anyway, I feel as if I'm on the outside of a bubble, and I'm just witnessing this whole world going on around me, but I'm not involved in anything. I don't exist in a sense, because if I know this is horrible to say, because it almost makes me seem weaker and more fragile than I really am, because I do believe that I am stronger, and I believe that all of us, doesn't matter what affliction you have, but I'm mainly directing this towards people who battle borderline. I feel like we're all stronger than we really give ourselves credit for, but there are moments that we all have when we feel unusually vulnerable and unusually fragile, and when I'm in those moments, I almost depend on other people to validate my existence. And when they don't, I literally feel as if I'm not here. Like, I know I'm here physically, like I'm aware of it logically, but I don't feel like I am. And it's suffocating. It's what I actually mentioned in my other video, that the emptiness is suffocating. And the other thing that's been really getting to me lately is fear of abandonment. I don't know if you all are the same, but in my mind, when I'm with someone, I'm so hypervigilant of other people. And that's what I think is interesting. You know, they say people who battle borderline are sometimes so paranoid. And I wonder, are we really paranoid, or are we just unusually aware of our surroundings? Sometimes people just go through life not really taking in everything, you know, and I feel like there's a few of us that we take in too much. You know, maybe not everyone sees the minor little arch of an eyebrow, whereas someone who has borderline might, and then they might misconstrue that into this whole big ordeal. This person hates me. Why did they look at me this way? Because that's how I do things. I notice everything, and then I notice that people stop talking to me after some time, or they have just disappeared from my life. And then I try not to act desperate, but I feel that I'm sometimes slowly getting that way, and it's so hard constantly trying to control yourself and act as if you're cool, and you know, you're independent. You don't need other people to validate you. But inside, for me anyway, I feel like this little child. It's always like, I need love. I need just someone to acknowledge that I'm here. And when people suddenly seem to start dropping off or exiting from your life, you start wondering, what is it that I'm doing that's so wrong? And it's just been really heavy lately, the feelings have of emptiness, and the sense that everyone's starting to disappear from my life again. And I was thinking to myself, You know, as bad as I feel, the idea of someone else feeling like this makes me feel worse. So I thought I would make this video because I just wanted someone out there to know, even if it's just one person, because I have a very wise friend of mine has told me once or twice that if you can at least touch one person, you've done your job. And I at least want to let one person out there know that if you're feeling similar to how I'm feeling at all, that you're not alone. And I know that might sound a little bit cheesy and corny and cliche, but it's the truth. I feel like it's important to know that there's someone out there who's willing to listen. I feel like it's important to know that you're not the only one in this predicament. And another point that I wanted this video to make, or what I also wanted to do with this video, was maybe share tips. You know, if who's ever watching this, a video response even, or just in a simple comment, explain what you do to cope with it. How do you lessen the pain of emptiness? How do you lessen the fear of abandonment? What I personally do is I try to take myself out of my head. I like to use what I go through on a daily basis and put it into a form of art, because it's almost as if when you put your life experiences in a way for other people to experience, it's almost as if you are validating yourself, you are validating your existence. So that's what I do. It makes me mad in a sense, because there's so much stigma against people who have borderline. Like if you go on the internet, I've read stories online before of people who have had relationships with someone who's battled who is battling borderline. And there's so many people who say these people will destroy you. They're spawns of Satan. Their only goal is to make your life a living hell. And we don't come into someone's life with the goal of destroying them. We don't see someone on the street and go, oh, I'd like to damage them. And it's frustrating, it really is, because inside, I can't speak for everyone because I'm not everyone, but me personally, I know I'm scared about 95% of the time, and I'm not just simply scared, I'm petrified of everything. I'm petrified of what goes through my mind. I'm petrified of how people are responding to me. I'm petrified to even consider ever dating or getting into a relationship. I've been on one date and I'm 23 years old. How pathetic is that? Because there's always that fear that you're going to end up tainting something, that you're always going to end up destroying something or someone you love more than you could ever possibly imagine. And I wanted to make this video because I want whoever's watching this and feels the same to know that they're not alone. And the thing is, the people who are doing the judging, I don't think they could even handle a day in our shoes. I wouldn't like, because I don't think I'd wish this on anyone, but it would be interesting to see if someone who doesn't deal with it on a daily basis, if they were put in our shoes for one day and one night and experience everything that we feel, how quick would they be to judge us then? So, what I want to know is, what is it that you all do to cope with the pain of emptiness? And what is it that you all do in order to deal with the fear of losing someone? See, if we get a little thread going here, maybe we can help one another out, you know? But I just wanted to say that whoever's watching this, I think you are beautiful. I know you're beautiful. And I know you're stronger than you give yourself credit for. And I just want you all to remember that you can never stop fighting for yourself, because once you stop fighting for yourself, that is where your life ends. Do not let this nightmare become the definition of who you are or what your life is. Fight for yourself. Fight for yourself every day. and your life will be beautiful. So, I am done with my cheesy quotes for the day. If you made it to the end, brava. I will talk with you all soon.